is Nicole Webb, and I had a vision of having a gourmet spice, oil, and vinegar store. So that is what is created here today, and this is Mernie's. And Mernie is my grandmother, and she is the woman that taught me how to cook. So I spent many years in corporate America growing up there and learning human resources and management and all of those key roles that brought me and led me into business. So that's why I wanted to open a store, but I didn't know quite what at that time. So cooking has been my passion. So I decided to open the gourmet side of Pueblo. We have many spices and oils and vinegars here that bring ordinary food to extraordinary tastes. So I knew the food revolution was coming down I-25 from Denver and wanted to hit Pueblo. So the response has been wonderful. The public is great. I have very regular customers, which I adore and appreciate every day. So what kind of business and why? I had a lot of background in management, but not necessarily setting up a business. So a lot of research and a lot of talking to friends and local businesses, I determined the best course of action for me was a limited liabilities company. The reasons why was the personal responsibilities were limited, credit to the business, easy sole ownership if I wanted to change that and sell Mernie someday. So there was a lot of benefits, also the taxes, a little bit less, always a good thing. So that's why I chose to do a limited liabilities company with the Mernies. So my vision, I guess, for the stores is right now is just to teach people how to cook, how to use the goodies of these stores, and how to incorporate, simple technique and simple product into everyday foods so they taste really yummy, because if it doesn't taste good, you don't want to eat it. But my vision for Mernie's is to grow it and put it in an antique home. Preservation is one of my other loves besides cooking. So I would love to open a cooking school beside it so I can go into the actual classroom and do more than demonstration, do hands-on. So that is my vision for Mernie's down the road. But right now I am happy as can be here on 5th and Greenwood, where we find it on 5th, where all the local businesses come together, we complement each other, we work together. And that is why I am here, and I'm loving it, enjoying it, and glad you came today. Thank you.
My name is Keith Hintz. I am the owner and operator of the Springside Cheese Shop in Pueblo, Colorado. We opened this shop December 8th of 2011, and I moved here as a result of meeting my wife and getting engaged and getting married, and I determined that there was an opportunity here for a cheese shop, which is part of my family history. So we opened Springside Cheese to provide a revenue for myself and my family. Springside Cheese was purchased by my father in 1973, and he has been the cheesemaker ever since. We make cheddar, Monterey Jack, and Colby in various shapes and forms, both for the wholesale and retail markets. We have 3 cheese shops, and it's based out of Wisconsin. The cheese is shipped here on a weekly basis. We also carry a number of other products here in the shop from around the world, and even local cheeses from Colorado. We carry products in addition to cheese that support cheese and pair well with it. Crackers, cheese boards, cheese knives, various other items. The Springside Cheese Shop in Pueblo is unique based off of the fact that we believe we're the only true cheese shop in southern Colorado. We offer approximately 200 different options for cheeses alone, which I think is unfounded in this area. Closest real cheese shops, I believe, are in the Denver area, and so that really sets us apart from many of the specialty shops. The other thing that sets us apart from other locations that you can purchase cheese at is you can come in and try just about anything in the store before you buy it. So different than a grocery store where you go and buy some prepackaged cheese and never have an opportunity to try it and experiment. You can do that here before you buy it. The type of ownership for Springside, we are a corporation, a C Corp. That was established in 1973 when my dad bought the business. He established that primarily for the flexibility it gives for long-term growth and establishing some continuation of the business. So if there were situations where the company needed to increase revenues, increase equity, keep the business going, having a corporation where we could extend shares out provides us that flexibility. It also allows for easier continuation of the business regarding succession planning to the rest of the family. So we were able to now establish the fact that a brother of mine and I have now been involved in the business, are officers in the business, and if something would happen to my father, the business continues. It's similar to or different than a sole proprietorship where if the owner passes away, the business basically dissolves. It's no longer in existence. Springside Cheese Corporation will continue on, and we can either add partners or maintain the family ownership that currently exists, but it really gives us the flexibility long term. Springside Cheese, our plan, our mission for the future is to really expand our capabilities of going direct to the consumer. Some of our cheese currently is sold through the wholesale market, through grocery store chains, adding an additional step and another business that needs to take a profit. So we believe that we can reduce costs to the end consumer, go direct to the consumer through our own retail outlets, and also create some unique opportunities now that we're established in Colorado with providing locally made products, making cheese here in Colorado, producing milk here in Colorado, and providing dairy products. We'd also like to increase the faculties of our stores to support locally grown produce, all natural foods, and tie into that organic niche market that exists today.
Hi there, my name is John Myers. I am the owner of 80/20 Wines in downtown Pueblo. We're on the corner of 5th and Greenwood. 80% of our wines are under $20. It's one of the main things that separates us from liquor stores. And we are a wine shop. 90% of our business, or 90% of our products are our wines. And I consider Pueblo's only wine shop because of the emphasis on wine as it is. Our form of organization is an LLC, primarily due to the advice of my accountant. But as I understand it, being a limited liability company or corporation, if things were to go south, our liability would be limited to just the business and not to anything personally with my wife and I's personal affairs. And due to the size, I believe also was the other criteria, since we're a small company. Should we grow and get into perhaps a larger sales revenue, that kind of a thing, then if I understand it correctly, it might be good to maybe upgrade into another form of organization. So when I moved back to Pueblo, I'm from Pueblo, I noticed that most of the places where you could buy wine were liquor stores, and that generally the knowledge base was very limited and the selection was also very limited. and I felt like Pueblo was a city of a good size that it could support a wine shop. But I didn't think it would be me until about 5 years later. I decided that Pueblo could support a wine shop, and the process was made mentally as well as financially for us to plan to do so. When we opened up 4 years ago, I was thoroughly convinced that even though people say Pueblo is a beer town, and generally so, that is true, but I felt there was a market, there was a niche for something that we're offering, something not too large, something where we had a personal, a hands-on approach, somebody who's willing to talk about wine, willing to share that knowledge to make others comfortable, because I felt that there are people who want to know more but don't know where to go or how to do it, and so therefore we opened up our wine shop with that premise, knowing that there was a niche, and that if we appealed to that niche, that market would grow. Now, is that going to continue to grow? Well, we hope so, but part of my vision for the future is not only this store, but we opened another store called the Wine Gear Store, which has accessories of all the wine things to enhance wine and wine appreciation. That I feel is far greater potential, things that can really explode there. So it might be some of our surrounding auxiliary businesses or auxiliary market of the wine business, and that is where I feel the real growth is going to take place. But I kind of like the size we're at now. I would like it to be bigger too, but with that comes additional challenges that I don't know if I'm prepared for those yet, but that might be a fun challenge to have nevertheless if we did grow.